Hello YouTubers, welcome to PDINA Royally Teachable Moments. Remember, if you want to see me in London, England, May 5th for my coronation breakfast, you can purchase tickets to see me. I'm going to have raffles, I'm going to give a great talk, I'm going to have some royal history and some trivia, and there's going to be prizes, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually going to go live on my YouTube channel that day as well. So if you want to see me while I'm in London, please hit me up. Only a few tickets left, and I hope to see you there. Let's get into what we're talking about today. This is something that I know a lot of you have been asking me about, and it really is something that is close to me in terms of working with charities and the operations, the functions of being behind the scenes of a charity amongst all the good work that is done. And I know a little bit of something about this whole charity business. And that's why, speaking on this, I really wanted to hit on some things maybe that had not been spoken on yet by other people. I know this story has been out for several days, and the information from these French investigators about the empty offices when they went to visit Archwell Foundation and looking at the money that came in and the money that was spent, and there's just questions around a lot of things going on. And I just want to address it briefly because I know you all have heard it, but I wanted to point out some other things. So just to address what was said, you know, these charities are able to bring in a lot of money because of the name recognition by the people that are the founders of these charities, the Obamas, the Clintons, and others. And they had similar financials as the Archwell Foundation. They get all this money in, and then they only have a small percentage portion of that money go out. Why did you only give out this amount of money when you brought in so much more money? And I mean, I don't understand either why they do that, because I know if my charity or, you know, other smaller charities get money coming in, they're going to be spending that money to help and to do the work that they do. But they hoard the money, almost like they hoard it, and they just give out just a little bit, like, okay, here's a little bit for you. Okay, I'm gonna give you 50% of what you want, so here's a little bit for you. And you know, they're very cautious on what they give out. I mean, the interest alone on that kind of money is decent. But why do they do that? I don't understand it. It's like you have all this money and you sit on this big bank pile of money and you don't spend it, and you're greedy with who you give your money to, knowing that there are services out there that could really put that money to good use. So basically, the Clintons, they brought in a lot of money, and only like less than 10% of that money was given out. Same for the Obamas. And it's just a common practice. But what brings me great concern about the charity for Harry and Meghan is how they're doing their operation, how they do things. Now, I went through and I investigated every single partnership that they have on their website, every single one of them. Several of these partnerships had no recognition of the Archwell Foundation on their website. No mention, nothing in their social media, nothing on their website. There was no information about the company and its involvement with the Archwell Foundation. But on the Archwell Foundation, you can find all these partnerships. Now, this is a fairly new foundation, Harry and Meghan's foundation is new, and they have a list of partnerships. And to generate that kind of work with partnerships, there's a lot that's going on in terms of aligning the missions together, how it's going to be a partnership. You know, a lot of details come into that. You have to be like-minded on all levels around this potential partnership. But what I found with Harry and Meghan is they are simply giving themselves this notice of partnership, because partnership is one of the things that's looked at amongst people that want to donate to your charity. Are you maximizing your charity work by partnering with other organizations? Now, because they have a foundation, their job really is to give money to other charities that are doing work and to help maximize their work. But what I find that they're doing is not as involved as the partnership relationship, but just showing up. They'll get information written up about them, something that they've done, maybe go take a picture with some of the people at the charity and say they're doing good work. Oh, you're doing so good. Let's take a picture. Come on, group picture. Come on. And they take a picture and snap the pictures on the website for Harry and Meghan. The other company, charity, doesn't put anything about this on their social media, or they put it on there and they take it off. But Harry and Meghan have put down that they are actually partnering with these companies just from simply showing up and taking pictures or watching the work that they're doing, or from giving a donation. They're claiming that they have these partnerships rather than people and companies that they're donating to. They're calling it a partnership. This is what I got out of it. They're embellishing their relationship that they have with all these charities. And if you have these many charities that you are supporting, you're not giving just a little under $3 million. You're giving a lot more money if you were truly partnering. So that in itself seemed a little not right to me, because I know that partnerships are, it's the coming together, like I said, of doing good works and aligning your missions. And, can we do this? Can we not step on each other's toes and work together in harmony? It's just like a marriage almost. Having a marriage is not as simple as, okay, I love you, you love me. Let's be married. Okay. Right? No, there's a lot more to coming to the decision to being married. Same with a partnership. A partnership is not just smacking some name on your website and showing up for a photo op and say, okay, we partners. I'm a partner with you. That's not how easy it is. Now, the other thing that was a red flag to me, and how I can show that the whole racism thing, once again, is debunked through the Archwell Foundation. They are calling out the royal family through their charity work. Yes. So we know that they had showed up for this award from the Robert F. Kennedy that they received last year, and how this award was given to them because they were willing to call out the royal family around being a racist family. And what is so discerning to me is that the Robert F. Kennedy Foundation is also one of their partners on their website as well. So if you're partnering with a company that's giving you now an award, what did you do to get this partnership? What exchange of money happened with this partnership coming together? And now you're receiving an award. Okay, clearly you're receiving an award because you've given money to this foundation or this charity work. And you are also calling out the royal family for being racist via your accepting of this award. But it goes a lot further than that, because that's not the only organization that has called out the royal family for being racist and applauding Harry and Meghan for it. So when their Netflix documentary came out, they had someone in that documentary from one of their partnerships speak in that Netflix documentary. You see how they're using these partnerships to extend out into other things on behalf of their charity? There should be a clear line between your work within the charity and your money-making adventures to self-promote yourself and empower yourself, because that is the money that you should be giving to your charity. But from the records that we've seen, they haven't donated the money based on their IRS records. They're not showing the money that they've donated because maybe they haven't donated. It was the organization called Color of Change. So he's the president of Color for Change, and he also spoke on behalf of their private money-making dealings in this Netflix documentary. And within the Netflix documentary, we know what they were trying to say and what they were highlighting. They were highlighting the royal family as being a racist institution without really coming out and saying the royals are racist. They talked about it through the Atlantic slave trade and all the information that was being spun to paint a clear picture that this institution of royalty is a racist institution without even bringing in current modern day information, things that the Queen has done to highlight the Queen's work behind all the past ills that have happened. They didn't highlight any of that work. They didn't put the Queen in a good light to show what she did to help with the Commonwealth countries and all the work she's done for the people of these countries. And so what they have clearly done here and what Meghan has done is she's gone around talking about how she's been treated very poorly by the royal family, calling them racist, saying that the royal family is racist, and then not in so many words, go on this Netflix documentary, imply it by putting in the history, the founding of, the Commonwealth and all that, how that came about with the slave trade, and working with this organization that is applauding her for their work against the royal family who is racist. And if you're not paying attention to it, if you hear it and there's no one is speaking out against it, no one is saying that that is wrong, then Harry and Meghan can continue this narrative here in the States, and she can be someone who is going to help enrich herself on a false narrative, on a lie. And here we have the king trying to still get them back in good graces, not really looking at how they're continuing to build their charity work on the back of the racism that they suffered over in Great Britain within the family of Meghan's husband. I think it's starting to get out. I think a lot more people are starting to notice that they're not really to be trusted. I mean, just from that French investigation, they went to the offices. There are these big, beautiful offices for their Archwell Foundation. There's nobody there. The waste of the money. Like, why are there no people there? People should be doing something. There's something to do. And one lawyer tells them that that's their office. They're not there. And that's it. Like, there's so much shadiness going on. And people with all this money, they get it and they hoard it. They don't do nothing with it. It sits there so that when they need it, it's there to spend, but not to spend it on the people that are supposed to be getting this money. When you run a charity, there's so much to do. There's so much to do, so much so that a lot of times the people that run these charities are doing more than one job. There's so much to do. It doesn't add up that you have all these branches and things of work that you're doing, and you don't have no one in your office. No one can donate to your organization. You don't seem to donate to your own charity. You don't really work that much. You're partnering with companies that you're not really partnering with, but you say you are on your website. You're mixing your work of your charity and your private endeavors, enriching yourself with your private money and using some of your charity money to help enrich yourself with your deals. It just seems very suspect to me. It doesn't even add up all the way. Folks, it just does not seem like people that intend to do these things with charities. It's almost like they do it so that they can take the pretty pictures. They do it so that they can say, well, I'm helping people. Yes. Here's my little bit of charity. Here you go. Here you go. Oh, now don't you take too much. No. I got to save this for a rainy day. Okay, but you can have a little bit. Okay. I just know that when the money comes in, it's supposed to go towards the work that you do. Somehow the work that Harry and Meghan do, a lot of it just is not there to see that they're doing it. But the money is. How is that? Gotta keep looking.